Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today I'm going to be doing a video lip swatching and talking about the Kaleidos Lip Clays. A couple of you requested from my last video that I would swatch these out for you and talk about them a bit more, so here we are. Now, just gonna say it straight off the bat, I don't have every single lip clay that Kaleidos has ever made. They have quite a lot in their lineup and I only have 10 shades, so hopefully this video is still useful. And yeah, we're gonna be lip swatching these, and I will be talking about the formula a bit before I swatch them. So if you've been around on my channel for a little bit now, then you would know that the Kaleidos Lip Clay formula is my favorite liquid lipstick formula. Like, it is just top tier. This formula has a very silicone-y feeling to it. Like, it's very glidey and slippy once you put it on, but it does dry down completely matte, but not super drying. It still has like a bit of hydration to it. And even though these aren't like fully super dry down matte, like powder matte, they do dry down to like that silicone feel, and they do just smooth over your lips beautifully, and they do transfer a little bit, not really on masks I will say, but like if you take a drink of water it will come off on the rim, but it doesn't transfer off your lips. It's just so nice. And even when these do eventually wear away, because they're not super, like, I wouldn't say that they are completely bulletproof, but they are pretty, like, the wear time is pretty decent. A lot of the time you can just smush your lips around and it'll redisperse the product and you're pretty much good to go, and these reapply over themselves really beautifully. I will say a few of the darker shades I find they're a little bit more finicky. You do have to layer them a little bit more, but I find that with darker shades just in general, like in any lipstick formula, so it's not so much of a deal breaker to me, but that is something to note. And I really like how Kaleidos has changed up the packaging for like each collection. So like, for an example, the neutral collection has this lovely like sandy beige color. The cool toned one is like gray. And then we have this collection, which I can't remember the name of it. I think it was the Mercy collection, the lilac, and like the dark teal, and then like the red. I really love how this packaging looks all together because like it's cohesive, but you can still like differentiate them. I really like that. And Kaleidos have done a thing where you can build your own bundle, so I personally think that that is the best way to do it because you do get a bit of a discount on it and you get one of their pretty little tins. And yeah, all of these lip clays I have purchased myself, except I just threw that one. I've purchased every lip clay myself except for these two. These two were gifted to me by a friend, and she gifted these to me because this was back when you could only buy them in sets and you couldn't buy them individually, and these were the two shades she knew she wasn't gonna get use out of, so she decluttered them to me. Yeah, I really hope Kaleidos continues this lip formula because it is so stunning, and I love how they have a lot of unconventional colors too, and I love their color selection. It's really great. So yeah, I really hope they come out especially with like some more, if they do like an electric blue lipstick in this formula, I would love it. Anyways, I've been talking about these for far too long. Let's lip swatch them. I'm gonna go in color order because I think that'll be better since I don't really want the darker lipsticks to stain and like affect like the lighter neutral shades. I have them lined up in front of me like little soldiers, so let's get started. Let me take off the lip product that I am wearing on my lips right now. Oh, and if you're curious as to what lip product I was wearing just now, I was wearing the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Cake Shake. They need to bring this one out in a full size. Have they done it already? I don't remember, but this is such a beautiful gloss. I think it's probably the most underrated Fenty gloss. It came in a holiday set. They need to bring it back in a full size. So the first shade we're gonna be swatching, and this one's probably, is it my favorite one? I think it might be. This is Adobe. This is a stunning brown toned neutral. This is my perfect neutral shade. This color just works with literally everything. And that right there is Adobe on my lips. This shade just makes my heart sing. I love it so much. I feel like I can see myself like running through this completely and repurchasing it. Also, another good thing about the lip clay formula is that it's really easy to do like a blotted, blurred lip look because it is that like soft kind of moussey formula. You can very easily like blur out the edges to make it like blotted, which I've been loving this formula to do that. I've been really loving blotted lips. It's one of my favorite things. But obviously in this video I'm going to be showing you applied full application. So yeah, that is Adobe on my lips. I haven't done a lip swatch video in years, and I feel like I might have forgotten how much they ruin your lips by the end of it. Alright, moving on to the next shade. This is Bare, and this is basically like a pinky toned neutral. And I really like using this one for like cooler toned looks. And I find that it really is a My Lips But Better color. Like, my natural lip color is on top, and then this is on the bottom. It literally just matches my lip color. That is Bare on the lips right there. This really is a My Lips But Better color. I really, really, really like it. I do prefer Adobe to it just a little bit more because I prefer more like brown tone neutrals than pink tone neutrals. Even though I still really love this color, like, it's just out of the two, I do prefer Adobe. But it is very pretty. Really like this shade a lot. Probably another one of my more used ones. Okay, we're moving on to the next shade, and this is called Pink Moon. And this is basically Bare, but more of a pink shade. I'm not good at describing colors, it seems. Like, in my head I can describe these colors really well. I'm like, oh, that is like a warm toned pink with a bit of like a peachy undertone to it. But when I verbalize it, like without thinking, I'm like, it's pink. Oh, and I didn't even talk about the applicator. As you can see, hopefully it focuses. It's like a teardrop shape and it's got a bit of a well on the inside. And that well like holds so much product. I mean, I usually only just dip in once and then I have enough product for all of my lips. That being said, I don't really have that large lips, but the teardrop shape is really good to get that Cupid's bow and just be precise. Okay, and this is Pink Moon applied on the lips. Not my finest application. I feel like as we go through all the shades, my lip application's gonna get just worse and worse, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this is a more saturated, like slightly deeper version than Bare. I really, really like it a lot. I mean, you're gonna hear me say that about all of these shades. Naturally, I like all of these shades. I just think it's very pretty, very romantic. Oh yeah, and I should probably do this actually. I can show you a kiss test on this bit of toilet paper, so barely anything came off. They're basically kiss proof, like only a tiny bit of transfer. They only really come off if you like rub it off. Honestly, mad respect to all those people in like 2017 who did like liquid lipstick complete collection lip swatch videos, because like my lips already feel a little bit like, just a little bit like annoyed. And this isn't even like a super drying formula, let alone like something that dries down completely matte, like Jesus. I hope those people's lips were okay. All right, we're moving on to the next shade, and this is Wild Apple. This is a lovely pink toned red. It's not really, I mean, it is definitely a red. It's kind of like a cherry color, but it's more of a pink than a red. It's a pink toned red. No, it's a red toned pink. Huh? Right, and this is Wild Apple on the lips. Yeah, it's definitely a pink with a lot of red undertones to it, and it's more of like a blue toned pink. It's not really, I mean, it is warm, but it's got more blue in it. I'm trying to adjust my lighting a little bit to make sure that like everything shows up true to color, but this is Wild Apple on the lips. Rightio, the next shade we have right here is Cactus Flower, and this is a bright ass hot pink. I remember when I got this shade from my friend, I was a little bit intimidated by the color because I had never worn a hot pink lip before, but honestly, this has like converted me. It is so absolutely gorgeous. Anytime I wear this lipstick, I just feel powerful. Like, I feel like I can take on the world. Wild Apple is more of a pink with red undertones to it. This is just a true, like, bam, hot pink. So this is Cactus Flower on the lips.
Well, we're halfway there. Well, Squidward on a chair. Take my hand, we'll make it all swear. Whoa, Squidward on a chair.
Anyways, We are halfway through the lip swatches. My lips are already starting to be really stained, but this next shade is called Cold Smoke, and this one is very different to the other ones. This is a beautiful, cool-toned taupey neutral. This is such a beautiful grey-toned, like, neutral. It is just, oh, you'll see. Like, look at that. Damn. God, my lip lines are getting crusty dusty. This shade reminds me a lot of the shades that I would wear when I first started doing makeup. Like, I used to love, love, love these grungy, dark, cool-toned neutral shades, so it's bringing me right back. And I think this is just such a sexy lip color. Like, it's such a color that, like, this needs to become more popular, because I don't see many people wearing this sort of color, and this just works gorgeously. I think it's so beautiful. It's deep, it's bold, but it's still neutral. I just, something about it that really tugs at my heartstrings, and it also just makes me nostalgic. That's probably also why. But this is Cold Smoke on the lips. Okay, I tried to remove that lipstick as much as possible, but we're just gonna accept the fact that it's not perfect. But we're moving on to another beautiful grayish toned purple shade, and this is Mercury Wave. This shade is basically if you wanted a purple version of Cold Smoke. This also reminds me a lot of the shades that I used to have when I first started doing makeup. I think Coloured Rain had shades similar to this one and Cold Smoke that I used to love. I used to wear those to death back in 2017. Like, oh, yes. And 2016. God. That was a moment in time. But yeah, this is Mercury Wave. Ugh, it's such a cool color. Aside from the fact that you can see how musty, crusty my lip line is getting and how like red it's getting because of taking things off and applying them again, this shade, ooh, this had a chokehold on me in 2017, this sort of shade. Ooh, I love it. It's such a cool, really cool, like, kind of more approachable purple. Like, if you want to wear more wild colors, but you don't want to wear, like, an electric purple, like a bright, bright purple, this is a really good way to get into it, because it's got, like, a greyish undertone to it. Really got to wear this one more now that I say that, because I think out of all the shades, this might be the one that I've worn the least, but it doesn't change the fact that it is absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But yeah, this is Mercury Wave. All right, moving on to the next shade, and this one I've used so much. I love this sort of shade. This is Cognac. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I hear it pronounced a lot of different ways, but I think it might be Cognac. I don't know. This is a absolutely gorgeous brick toned red. It's got the perfect amount of brown and like brick tones to it. It is just, I feel sexy when I wear it, truly. And that's not a feeling that I feel very often. I feel quite the opposite, to be honest. I love it, especially with my ginger hair. It's great. Ugh, the saturation. I'm actually gonna do another dip for this one just to make sure that it is nice and even. I'm really not doing this shade justice with how rusty this lip line is, but this is Cognac. It's just a beautiful brick red, like truly it is. I just feel sophisticated when I wear it. It just makes my heart stop. I love it so much. But yeah, this is a Cognac on the lips. Honestly, I am very violent when it comes to my own face. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm surprised I still have skin. Okay, I'm gonna do a thin layer of lip mask and then I will take it off because oh Nelly. And while that lip mask sinks in, I'm gonna talk about this shade, which is Rubino. This is the most beautiful deep blood red shade. Again, this is a shade that I actually wore a lot in college. Like, I remember going into college being like, I don't know what I want to do today. I would just slap on a big old winged liner, some like white inner corner, and this on the lips, and let me tell you, it was a moment. it was a look. I absolutely love deep blood red shades. These shades also make me feel super sophisticated, super sexy, super like, I feel like a vampire when I wear them. Like I'm just like, yes, hello. But anyways, let's apply it. Let's remove this lip mask. God, that lip mask really does help in between these swatches. Maybe that's what these 2017 beauty YouTubers did. I will say this shade does require a little bit of working. You know how I said that some of these shades require a couple of layers? This one and the last shade that I have do require, like, you do need to work with them a little bit more. But I honestly don't mind, because any like deep shades, I find I have to do that anyway. And I'm willing to do that for this shade because this shade has a chokehold on me. I love it. So that's what one layer of it looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit uneven, a little bit patchy, but as soon as you apply the second layer, it is dreamy, but you do have to be a bit careful. I also find that the deeper shades of these lip clays are a little bit thicker, not as like so smooth as the other ones. Like, they don't glide as easily. They still glide, but not as like seamlessly. Okay, and that is my application of Rubino. My heart sings for this shade. It is honestly, even though you do have to work with it a little bit more, I find that for all liquid lipsticks that are this kind of shade, you do have to be a bit more like careful in terms of application and, you know, layer them a little bit. But I don't care. I think it's so worth it because it just looks so gorgeous on the lips. But yeah, that is Rubino. And we're moving on to the final shade, which is the weirdest lip color. I'm excited. Look at that big old kiss mark. Imagine just putting that right on your fucking forehead. I'll give you a big old kiss. You've stuck around for this long. I salute you. Honestly, editing Skye is gonna have to edit so much of me talking in between taking off these lipsticks because I'm just like, just being a little bit silly. I'm in my silly goose era. Okay, my lips are begging for a little bit of mask. Holy shit. And my lips are very stained, as you can see. Rubino does stain quite a bit. Same with Cognac. The more like super bright red shades and pink shades, they do stain a little bit, which I don't really mind. I think it looks really pretty. Like, you know, if you take it off, then you just have this really pretty like color underneath. And the final shade we have right here, this one you do have to work with quite a lot more than Rubino, but I don't really care. This is Agave. This is a teal lipstick. Again, this sort of lipstick I wore the shit out of in high school and in college. I loved this sort of color. I remember I used to have a sugar pill liquid lipstick. It was called Euphoria, and that liquid lipstick formula, I will say, shit. It was so bad. I don't know if they reformulated it, but that like shade in that formula was god awful. So garbage. But I remember still trying to stick out with it because I just love this color so much. It's a beautiful bright teal. The formula of this one is a lot thicker and you do have to work with it quite a bit, but it does wear pretty decently, I will say. So this right here is Agave. Hell yeah. Honestly, this is applying a lot better than I remember. Like, that was just like one layer. Was I talking shit? I might have. It's been a while since I've worn this color. Okay, so that is one layer of Agave. I'm just gonna layer it a little bit more in certain areas just to make it super precise. Oh no, I've gone outside the lip line a little bit too much. Shit. It's almost like a little toddler applied my lipstick. Actually, I'm probably giving the toddler a bit too much credit. This is what Agave looks like, and bruh, just, this is such a beautiful, beautiful teal lipstick. Like, dude, I feel like an alien. I love it. I love weird colours like this. They just bring my heart so much joy. I hope Kaleidos do more of these weird colours because they're just great. And I feel like teal is like one of the lipsticks that you can get away with if you're, again, if you're like trying to get into colourful lipstick. I think teal is a really good one. It's a really universal one. I think it works great, like especially if you have like a neutral eye, like a really neutral glam eye. Teal works beautifully with neutral browns, in my opinion. And because of how deep it is, it looks almost black, but like you can still tell that like in natural light that this is like a dark blue lipstick. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is Agave on the lips. This is literally the same color as the packaging, and that makes me very, very happy. Okay, and that right there are my lip swatches of all of the Kaleidos Lip Clays that I own. Hopefully this video was helpful to you if you wanted to get your hands on some of the Kaleidos Lip Clays. Oh, and I forgot to mention how much they are. One of the most important things. Why did I forget that? So each individual lip clay retails for £9.86, which is a fucking steal. I think that is such a good price for a lipstick, and this formula is just so luxurious and great. I think they're so worth the price. And if you want to build your own bundle, it costs, let me find it. You can build your own bundle with or without the lip mask. If you do it without the lip mask, it is £29.59, so basically £30. And if you do it with the lip mask, it is £34.50. So you do get quite a bit of saving if you do buy a bundle of them, which I do really recommend. Like, this formula just is so top tier to me. It is just, it's fantastic. I highly recommend it to anyone. Yeah, with all of that said and done, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know, do you have any Kaleidos lip clays? What's your favorite shade? If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, then you can follow me on my Instagram. It's Beauty by Skye right here. I post all my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. If you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Rain Cloud Candles Co. We are a small queer-owned business based in the UK and we make handmade candles. The link to shop will be down below along with our social media if you'd like to support us. Thank you so